with Hunter as well as Eunice. As you know, these two guys made it to state. And I realize how short I am when I stand by these people. Hunter Kozak made it to state, and he also broke to semifinals, and he was ranked 15th in the entire state of California in this event. Without further ado, Hunter Kozak.
The Loss of Innocence, an original. On guard, I yell as my arm flails. My sword hits his as our ship sails. That filthy pirate caused a riot. He came and broke my peace and quiet. I pull a pistol out my arsenal as we duck and swipe and snarl. Arg! I'll get you! I shout, but then the boat is slightly sliding. This way then and that way now. He shouts that this is quite exciting. That's no matter, I exclaim. You'll have no fun as I remain a pirate on this ship of mine. Now our parent turns and sips her wine. Those fools, she thinks in faint disdain. She watches two sons fight in vain. Swords created from broken branches, sewn together by hopes and chances. Swords become our knives as we discover ancient forests. Knives become a fighting stick. I'm Bruce Lee, he's Chuck Norris. We shoot down aliens as we pretend we're in an airplane. This harebrained game we play is on the second Florence stairway. We fly down there with glee as we pretend to be adventurers. Our mother turns and focuses on taxes and expenditures. My brother leaves exhausted as he finds a place to nap. I go to find a plate and napkin on which I can snack. Now, time moves on, and pencils replace these swords and stones. I plead and ask why my brother leaves me bored alone. It's school, my mom responds. I'm sitting, waiting, wondering, hoping. It's not okay to break this bond, but maybe it's already broken. On guard, I said, my brother said. The stick hits him. His face turns red. You dumb, he cries. I'm much too old for silly games and things. Now, I think he said that just because I hit him painfully. But angrily, he takes my sword and breaks that staff in half. And I can't control my crying from his lasting act of wrath. My mother is concerned because she asks what is the matter, and I tell her, but she tells me that I need to grow up faster. This childish entertainment is consuming all your time, and these mindless inclinations might be ruining your mind. I'm so depressed and realize that I'll never be the same, and my brother won't be coming back to play these silly games. Now I move on as well, as I'm preoccupied by tests and quizzes, chem and physics. All this work transcends ballistics, pirate guns, and friends and wishes. The SAT and ACT can worry me to no extent, but don't forget or hold regret. A little voice inside my head. I shake it off, still thinking of a test I took a week ago. Could it change my GPA that's slowly sinking, even though I'm still not worrying about my happiness or state of mind? This grade of mine is taunting me and haunting me for days, and I'm disoriented, dizzy, thinking maybe I won't get to college. Maybe I won't get a job or won't obtain a bit of knowledge. Obsessed with speeches and debates and yearning, hoping only at first maybe I could take a break before my growth gets any worse. And all my friends I've loved since I was very small have buried all their hopes and dreams in Mary Jane and alcohol. Their valuables precede all of their values soon forgotten, and they're stumbling like Neanderthals, and breath is somewhat rotten. And I'm watching all them slip into a cavernous abyss. And I'm looking for a glimmer in this labyrinth of mist, because no one seems to notice kids who are struggling for their lives. And they're looking forward hopeful, but there's nothing for a prize. All they get's 3 months of freedom. And then back into their prisons. They're surrounded by assignments, by the rule of despotism. And then finally we graduate to leave our battered cages. Then we're told to lead a happy life, accomplish aspirations. We must go to universities, be burdened with their loans so we can get a job and pay back that one college we called home. Oh, that foolish kid is fooling when he says he thinks the looming hint of growing will be soothing, and I'm full of disillusionment. I'm losing all my whimsy, watching Disney telling dirty jokes, watching politicians telling people lies to get their votes. The VMAs that glorify the new and improved Miley Cyrus make me wish I could go back to simpler days of fighting pirates. Oh, let's show the kids their role models, who sing songs of gold bottles and sex is young and old, ogle, maturity, and full throttle. And songs that just don't mean a thing are towering on record charts. My weathered heart is losing hope because no one cares of better arts. Growing pains, they call it. But I never knew it's so demanding. And I graduate from high school just to elevate this understanding. Now I go to college anyway and search for jobs to have. Now I would love to be a writer, but the income cost is half. A doctorate can give me cash to raise my family, although this kid inside me screaming to succumb to sanity. Do what you love, he's yelling, because you've nearly lost yourself. But I'm pulling at this screaming kid who's fearing for my health as he's holding on to pirate ships I thought I threw away that time I chose to be mature. As if I grew that day. Education matters, not these whims of exploration. And this kid is sobbing quietly with tears of resignation. I've turned into my brother, breaking swords and brittle dreams, and I've left behind myself by growing bored of simple things. These wishes don't entice me like they did when I was younger, and I've shushed the kid inside me, though he's dying from the hunger. Now I keep him there for years and never speak of his existence until I get a wife and kids and can no longer keep my distance. Because one late night, my mother's sitting in her rocking chair. Attentively, she's staring at my kids who are talking there, as my kids are playing pirates, explorers and pretenders. Deja vu fills the room and makes us all remember. And as they duck and swipe and snarl, we reminisce and look with marvel. On guard, he yells, my son's arm flails. His sword hits his as their ship sails. Swords created from broken branches, sewn together by hopes and chances. Now I watch them as they're swashbuckling. Maybe bliss is ignorance. This simple game that costs nothing. Maturity and imminence. I'm looking back and thought, wondering, my soul is full of penitence. Maybe I have lost something. Maybe I have lost innocence. Cherish all these moments while you still can have the time. They perish soon, so hold them while you still can call them mine. And my mother feels the same. She says, she should have told us this. That joy is more important than the folly growing is. Thank you.